Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duck Bricks. I'm Chris, and just recently, LEGO City has unveiled its product lineup for summer 2023, and I don't know when this happened, but apparently LEGO City has gotten really good. One of my biggest complaints about LEGO City has been we always get an overabundance of police stations and fire stations and emergency vehicles, and the buildings that we do get are usually pretty lackluster and are basically just facades. Well, LEGO has seemingly listened to fan feedback because the summer 2023 wave of LEGO City is giving me major LEGO Friends vibes in the best way possible. And so without further ado, I think it's just time we take a look at all the sets. I've been so excited to share my thoughts on these because they all look incredible. A lot of the buildings in particular are some of the best sets we've gotten from City ever. And I just can't wait to get my hands on them and actually add them to my own LEGO City, which you can see right here already does integrate some of the LEGO Friends sets because I do think they're that good to be included. But I'm gonna have to completely reconfigure the layout here because I'm seeing a lot of city sets on this list that I already want to include in this city. So without further ado, let's jump in to the sets. Okay, so let's just jump right in and take a look at the sets. So there's a few that maybe aren't that interesting, like 60362 is the car wash here for $20. But even the cheap $20 somewhat uninteresting sets still have something kind of cool going on with them. In this case, they have a really nice sign with the car wash and you have the soap being brick built. I really do like how they did that, and for $20 this actually seems like a really good deal, which is rare for City for sure. Moving on to the next one, 60363 is Ice Cream Parlor. This retails for $35 and I really like this. This is nothing that we've really ever seen from LEGO City before. We've had cafes, but again, we never have gotten sets like this. This feels like LEGO Friends or even better. And I'm just so impressed with how they have the different colors of the ice cream. They're literally dripping down for the side of the building. I think that's so much fun. And while for $35, I actually think this is a pretty decently sized and priced build. You have a brand new mold for a minifigure in a polar bear suit as well, which is really great, continuing the animal costumes throughout LEGO City, and I feel like stuff like this really breathes in life into the city theme because we haven't really gotten civilian stuff before like this. Moving onwards, we have 60364 is the skate park for $55. This is something that feels a little bit reminiscent of the previous skate park that we got back when they first introduced the road play system. It is a lot better than that one though, I will have to say, and I really like how they're incorporating the stunts ramps from LEGO City Stunts to actually be built into these other buildings because it makes total sense to actually have a stunt park challenge. It's maybe not the most interesting build, but I still think it's probably the best stunts and skate park that LEGO has pretty much maybe even ever made. So again, City is really upping their game. But speaking of City upping its game, let's go ahead and move on to some of these larger items. 60365 is the apartment building for $85, which does feel a little bit steep for what you get. I think it's probably a little bit overpriced, but what I will say is that, wow, this is really good. Again, if you look at the buildings from LEGO City that we've gotten in the past, they don't look like this at all. This is just such an improvement over everything we've gotten in the past. I love the triangular-like design. It feels reminiscent of the LEGO Friends buildings that we got earlier this year. You have a pretty nice and vibrant living space, which actually does feel like it does make sense in a real-world city. A nice open-air space at the top where minifigures can kind of look out over the city itself. And what also interests me is that the grandma character seems to be riding some sort of a kind of motorized chair, but there is a brand new mold with 3 different clips attached onto it for the front handle piece there, which I certainly will be very, very interested to get my hands on. Moving on from that one, we have 60366. This is a $105 set, the Winter Sports Park, which is nothing that we've ever really gotten from LEGO before. We've had LEGO Sports in the past, and we have gotten a LEGO snowboarding and ski set in the past, but it never really was like this. That was back in 2003, and LEGO had a completely different design philosophy to doing things. This is so cool, and I think a lot of people have been wanting a ski-focused LEGO set for a long time. We did get some for LEGO Friends, but we never really got the actual ski slope and ramp. However, with this one, they were able to make it a lot more interesting because you have the ramp being built into the side of a building. So not only do you have the actual slope for skiing, but you actually have a really interestingly made sport building that is a fully triangular design. You have a rock climbing wall. This just looks like so much fun. And for $105, I'm used to City being stupidly overpriced, so it's honestly not that bad. Moving on from there, we have easily my favorite set of the entire wave. Just absolutely phenomenal. This is 60380, the City Center for $210. Wow. Where did this come from? I genuinely don't know how LEGO City evolved or changed. They are really upping their game, and I know that this year LEGO City has a brand new design manager. We actually had the design manager, I believe from LEGO Ninjago, move over to LEGO City, so I guess they're breathing new life into the theme with stuff like this, and it just looks so good. I love the way the sky bridge is done. That's going to be so much fun to play with and actually pose minifigures inside. You have such a vibrant space. It's almost like a gym area, and then you have an apartment, a coffee shop, what looks to be a barber shop, and just all sorts of really nice different designs. They also have given us a recolor of the T-Rex costume guy in a red T-Rex head outfit, so that is a very cool thing to get. And overall, this is just a really phenomenal build. I love the way the colors come together, the shaping. It feels very real to me. I'm actually recording this from New York right now thanks to another LEGO event, which stay tuned to the channel for coverage on that. And I'm looking outside the window of my friend's apartment here, and I'm seeing buildings that look kind of like this with crazy walkways and skylines and all sorts of stuff. So this is just so amazing. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Even the tree is really well done. And this is probably, I would be willing to say, the best LEGO City set ever that they've ever done. I genuinely think that might be the best one. So nice, LEGO, good job. Moving onwards, we have 60398, the Family House, retailing for $53, which is a very strange retail price, but this is another really amazing house. It does feel like it's kind of straight out of the Creator 3-in-1 line, which is not a bad thing at all. I think we're very used to city sets being super juniorized and there not being too many interesting things going on with the builds, and usually they're very boxy, but this really, again, feels like a real house. You've got a greenhouse area, you have a really nice triangular roof, but it's a little bit interesting. It's asymmetrical. The architectural design of this is very cool. I also love the new print on the kid's shirt showcasing a turtle. I don't know, really like that print. Overall, a really good set. Is this one a little bit overpriced? Yeah, I think it should probably be $45. 50's pushing it, and then 53 is just weird and feels like it's a result of the price increases. But moving on from that, there are actually another few factions for LEGO City. They are introducing new sub-themes, which are really cool to get. So first of all, we have kind of a random 4+ set. 60391 is the Demolition Site. This is just a 4+ set. One thing I do like about it is that they actually have a printed blueprint showcasing one of the other sets the construction worker is holding, so that's really cool. But what City is actually doing this year is splitting. For the first time, they're doing kind of a dual faction wave or a dual sub-theme wave, where they have an Arctic section and they also have an underwater section, and they all kind of tie in together under the whole research umbrella. All of these are Arctic oriented sets, but it feels like they are kind of split between more nautical sets and then you have more land focused Arctic sets. So it's really interesting seeing them. The first one, the flagship one, is 60368. This is the Arctic research ship, retailing for $150, which isn't too bad. The big thing here is that, yes, this is our very first brand new mold for a LEGO Orca or Killer Whale. That just looks so cool. I love the way this is done, so cannot wait to get my hands on it. I really hope that appears on Pick-a-Brick so we can get multiples, because that is such a good animal mold. I also like the nod to old LEGO Viking stuff. Like, you can see there's an underwater section, and they actually have the front mast to what looks to be a Viking ship, almost similar to the Creator Viking ship, and the Viking helmet and all that they're actually uncovering near the Arctic. The boat itself is fairly reminiscent of a lot of boats we've gotten from LEGO City in the past, but there's still more interesting stuff going on with it, from the triangular pieces being used to break up the color along the side of the boat. This feels like a more advanced version than anything we've gotten before, which is really impressive. Moving on from that, we have set number 60376, Arctic Snowmobile. For $10, you get two brand new adorable seal molds. Yes, that is new for 2023, a baby one and an adult one. Those are amazing. I think this is basically just the seal battle pack. I'm sure people are going to get a ton of these just to get multiple seals, and the build is not bad either. I like the integration of the Technic piece as the treads in the back, and the minifigure is really cool with a new different color for the dual molded backpack. Moving on from that, we have 60377, the Sea Foresting Boat, for $30, introducing a brand new adult turtle mold, which is amazing. That is so cool. I love that mold so much. I think out of all the new animal molds they're introducing,
it may actually be my favorite. And they're also recoloring the Hammerhead Shark, which is in a new lighter gray color. We previously got it in the more sand blue color, and they've also recolored the Manta Ray in sand blue instead of tan, and a darker shade of blue for the Ninjago stuff. So very cool. The boat itself is probably the weakest build out of the lineup, just kind of a standard boat build, nothing too exciting going on. Obviously, the really interesting things here are the animals, and I also love the recolored mop piece in green being used for coral. That's really smart. Moving on from that, we have 60379, the Research Submarine, retailing for $105. This feels like a diving set, like it feels like a LEGO City diving set that has been transplanted into the Arctic, which is very cool. They have recolored the specialized shark, which is very cool to get the man-eating shark in a recolor. Also looks like they've recolored the standard shark in the lighter gray color as well, which is very nice. Nice brick-built jellyfish here, and I actually really do love the design of the submarine. It almost feels very Subnautica inspired. I'm a big fan of Subnautica. I played both games a lot when I was kind of younger, but I love those games, and I'm not a big gamer, so that's saying something. And so this I absolutely kind of want to get, and might even mod it into a Subnautica submarine, because those are really cool, and it feels like very inspired from that game and from that universe, so I really like it. And I also like how they have a really interesting, what looks to be a new piece being used on the back there to really achieve the curvature of the submarine itself. Lastly, there is just one more set. We have no price for this yet, but 60378 is the Arctic Mobile Laboratory. Love the box art on this, where you can see the actual Aurora Borealis in the background, and they introduced a brand new mold for a baby polar bear, which is so good. The build itself, for the treaded vehicle, it's kind of just hit or miss. I think it's okay. It's not bad. I like how they are trying to do more interesting things with the color blocking and whatnot, so I do like it. It's not one of the standout builds, but what I do actually really like is the build for the camper or trailer park at the back. That is actually really cool, and I like how they're using some of the more specialized wheel hubcap pieces in different colors, just to be able to have those pieces that originated for LEGO Creator Icons big vehicles be used in different ways for minifigure scaled stuff, which is always really interesting. Overall, LEGO City, man, they have upped their game this year. I do not know what exactly happened, but clearly LEGO City is showing its A game, and the age range on the sets, surprisingly enough, hasn't changed. Previously, when LEGO City stuff was 5+ or 6+, you would get really juniorized builds because they did not want to have kids be too confused while building them. For the most part, even a lot of the bigger sets, I think the age range has not really changed, so I like how LEGO is willing to push things a little bit in terms of complexity, in terms of models. The color blocking is phenomenal. You can tell that there is a new design team in LEGO City, and they are making a huge, fresh impact here. I am all for it, and I hope these sets do super well, because I want to see more stuff like this from LEGO City.
Alright, and with that, we have taken a look at the brand new LEGO City Summer 2023 releases. Let me know down in the comments below which set is your favorite, which ones are your least favorite, and are there any you're going to get on day one. I, for one, love all of the new animals. That orca looks amazing, the seal is so cute, but also the actual buildings will fit really well in my city, and I cannot wait to be able to add an expansion onto my city. I may even have to get another one of these shelves just to make my city even larger, because I don't know where I'm going to put all those buildings. But so without further ado, we have summed up this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming away very soon. And check us out on Twitch for LEGO live streams, LEGO gaming, behind the scenes of LEGO video editing, and so much more. Thanks, and bye for now.